Good morning, students. Hey, I am out today. I just want to do a quick run through with some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So you'll go through the agenda for the week, but what I really want to stress is the book. So in the book, we will assign roughly one reading per week. They're always going to be assigned on Mondays, and they're going to be due on Fridays. So you're going to have the whole week to work on them. At the end of the week, we'll have a 5 point kind of homework quiz, homework check. If you have questions, you can always email me or see me before Friday. This is an expectation and it's really supplemental to what we're doing in the classroom. So this week we'll be working on Unit 4.1. I know it's towards the middle of the book, but what you can do starting today and if we have downtime is working through this lesson. So what you'll do is you'll read the lesson, and this first one's really short. A lot of big pictures and everything else, really short. Read through the lesson starting on page 192, and then work on the lesson review that is on page 199. So again, it is a important expectation because we're going to be doing stuff in class, but then in the background you kind of are filling in all the little gaps. So make sure to work through lesson 4.1 and then work on the lesson review on page 199 after reading it. So that is due on Friday. That's the first thing I wanted to mention. All right. Earth is broken down two different ways. You guys will talk about that. There are three ways, which is in the reading. The compositional way we can divide Earth, kind of crust, mantle, core, which is what you've probably learned for many, many years. And then there are the physical five. So compositional is what it's made out of. So the crust, the mantle, and the core are all made out of the same things. That's why they divide them that way. Then you have the lithosphere, asthenosphere, lower mantle or mesosphere, outer core and inner core. Those are all what we call the physical five. So that's divided Earth physically based on the physical properties. So the lithosphere, like it's very rigid and rocky, that's a physical property. The asthenosphere, the mantle, it's like hot flowing plastic. So again, that's a physical property. And the outer core is solid, is liquid, the inner core is solid. So those are two physical properties. So we can divide Earth physically based on five or compositionally based on three. All right. There'll be a short video, some do now questions, and I just want to explain the assignment that you'll be working on today. You'll read through these statements and you will predict before you even get the article. You'll predict whether these statements are true or false. Then you will get an article. The article is a classroom set, so please don't write on these. Um, they will be collected when you are finished. You'll read through the article individually, and then you'll go through and answer the after reading questions. But here's the most important part. If you read, like for example, the first one, it says scientists understand much about Earth's structural layers, the inner core, the mantle, the crust, yet there are still great mysteries to solve about our planet's inner workings. If that was a false statement, then what you need to do is you need to correct it to make it true. So, for example, if it wasn't scientists, you would cross out scientists and you write people, for example. You need to change that statement to make it a true statement. So that's the most important thing that students tend to forget is to go back and change the statement to make it true. So if you put an F in one of these boxes, then you need to go in here to the sentences, cross it out, and make it true. So the first one was an example, but let's say here, if this second one, and I'm just throwing these out there, um, let's say it wasn't really 12 kilometers. If this was false, then you would go in here and you cross that out and say 20 kilometers. All right. It's just an example. I don't know, or I'm not telling you that that is a false statement, but you just need to make sure to make that a true statement if it is false. All right, and then work on the anticipation guide. The article, again, please don't write on the article. Those will be collected for other people to use. And then you can start working on your homework for the week. Reading through lesson 4.1, which starts on page 192. It is a very short lesson. lots of big pictures and everything else, and then you can work on page 199 when you're finished. Make good choices today. Be kind, and I will be back tomorrow. Take care.